So this video is for class 8 social science. So this is the continuation of the previous chapter, that's your natural vegetation. Okay. So in the previous video we have discussed about the natural vegetation and how to conserve the natural vegetation. So in this video we're going to discuss about the wildlife and its conservation. So let's start. So what do you mean by the wildlife? So wildlife is it is referred to undomesticated animals which are not been introduced by the human beings, right? So it means that the animals which are not been domesticated by the human beings, like for example your cow, your dog, sheep, horse, etc. These all are the animals which has been domesticated by the human beings, isn't it? So the animals which are not been domesticated, who lives away from the humans, so that is called your wildlife. Okay, so this wildlife it includes not only the animals but also it includes like your insects, plants, fungi, and even the microorganisms also. Okay, got it. So now wildlife are very important for us, isn't it? So as we know that it maintains the ecological balance, right? So if any wildlife is been missing from the world, isn't it? So it will, the whole world will be the sufferer, isn't it? So your natural vegetation and wildlife are interdependent with each other, right? So as we know that natural vegetation provides shelter, food, water, place for breeding and raising the young ones, right? So the wildlife in the world are not similar. As we know that our whole world varies from place to place, isn't it? All the region doesn't have a same climatic condition, and even the landforms are different, right? So in different region we're going to find the different wild animals, right? So let's discuss the different distribution of wildlife in various continents. First one is your Africa. So in Africa, in forest regions, you're going to find the animals like elephant, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, python, crocodile, gorilla, apes, and chimpanzees. In your grassland region, you're going to find deer, giraffe, zebra, stag, etc. And in desert region, you're going to find the camel and ostrich. Next, your South America. South America is a continent where you're going to find the various types of wildlife. Okay, it is rich in wildlife. So some of the wild animals you're going to find like rhea, which is the flightless bird. Okay, you can see the picture also out here, right? And condors, okay, which is the largest bird of a vulture. Okay, hummingbird, and different types of parrots, anaconda. I hope you know what you have seen the anaconda in the movies also, isn't it? So which is the largest snake in the world. Then crocodile, alligator, python, llama, okay, which resembles or which seems like a camel only, and puma, jaguar, alligator, monkey, giant turtles, etc. Okay, next. In North America, you're going to find in northern region, okay, since it is a very, this area receives a very very cold type of climate. So you're going to find mostly the animals which has a thick fur, okay, which has a thick fur. And this fur, mostly they used to make or keep their body warm. Okay, so some of the animals are like your reindeer, Arctic fox, musk, sable, mink, polar bear, blue fox, etc. Next, your Europe. So in Europe, you're going to find the animals like polar bear, wolf, wild boar, wild sheep, antelopes, rabbit, deer, hare, etc. Okay, some of the fur-bearing animals also you're going to find like mink, ermine, sable, etc. Apart from that, you're going to find the birds like cuckoo, skylarks, duck, nightingales, right? Next, year Asia. So since Asia have a different climatic condition, okay, it covers the regions of tropical, temperate, and even frigid. Okay, so in your tropical region, you're going to find the animals like monkeys, sloth, leopard, tigers, elephant, lions, etc. In temperate region, you're going to find herons, crane, bears, fox, right? And in your Arctic region, you're going to find lynx, mink, sables, polar bear, musk, ox, etc. Right? Australia. So Australia is a place, or it is called a homeland of marsupials. Okay, so marsupials is the mammals who carries, okay, a mother who carries their young ones, their babies in their pouch. Okay, so you can see the picture out here. So one of the best example of your marsupials is your kangaroo. Okay, apart from there is koalas also, which is found in Australia. So Apart from these animals, okay, mammals, marsupials, you're going to find dog bills like your platypus, emu, airbirds, okay, kingfishers, kookaburra, etc. So last one is your Antarctica. So Antarctica, you're going to find the animals, a few animals you're going to find, okay, that is not animals, sorry, wildlife, okay, like your penguin, white dove, seal, albatross, etc. So these all are about your different distribution of the wildlife. Now next is your wildlife in India. So India, it is a huge country, isn't it? It has a varied landscape. You're going to find the different climatic regions, isn't it? Climatic conditions, and plus it is a rich in varied wildlife. Okay, so in India, you're going to find the animals like tiger, elephant, Asiatic lions, one-horned rhinoceros, which is a very rare endangered animals. Okay, leopard, snow leopard, deer, antelopes, monkey, crocodiles, alligators. Okay, so these are the animals which is found in India. Apart from that, you're going to find the birds like peacock, parrot, kingfishers, duck, pigeon, cranes, etc. So this is about your India. So now let's move with the conservation of wildlife conservation. Okay, why we have to conserve the wildlife? Okay, so wildlife conservation is practicing to protect the animals, okay, and species and the habitats, right? So it is also to ensure that our upcoming generation, our future generation, can enjoy, and plus even they can understand the importance of the wildlife, right? So in the ancient period, the people, okay, in ancient time, the people never disturbed the wild animals, okay, but now the human being has created a problem or kind of threat to the wild animals, right? So that's how we can see its impact, isn't it? There is a climatic changes, global warming is there, isn't it? There is a rainfall and flood going on all over the world, isn't it? And even there is a occurrence of hurricanes and all, right? And plus there are so many animals which are been endangered, they are been extinct, right? So if any animals or if any species will be extinct from this world, then the whole ecological balance, ecological will be imbalanced, right? So for that we have to conserve the wildlife, right? So that's why the government and even the whole world, they are taking the various measures to conserve the wildlife. So let's discuss some of the measures of the. So here are the measures to conserve wildlife. Okay, so first one is establishment of national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So governments, they have took a various initiative to establishment of national park and wildlife sanctuaries. Okay, so in our India also there are various sanctuaries and reserves, parks. National park has been launched. Okay, you can check it. This all are the your sanctuaries, reserve, biosphere reserve, and the national parks and all. Okay, got it. So now there's a slightly difference between national park and wildlife sanctuaries. Your wildlife sanctuaries, it covers small areas and they're going to conserve only the animals which are found in those areas. And your national park, in the national park, it covers a large area, a huge area, and they're going to conserve not only the animals which are found in those region, but plus they are also going to conserve the biodiversity of that area. So that is about your establishment of national park and all. Next, your banning hunting. Okay, so government, they have put a prohibition act against hunting and all. Okay, got it. Now the people, they cannot do hunting and all, right? If anyone they are found breaking the laws, they are hunting any kind of animals, then they are been legally punished. Next, number 3 is to protect endangered animals like tiger, one-horned rhinoceros, Asiatic lions, etc. Okay, so the governments, they are trying their level based, or they are putting various policies, okay, to protect the endangered animals, right? So one of the project which has been launched in Assam, okay, that is in Kaziranga National Park, to protect one-horned rhinoceros. Okay, got it. So in this way, there are other projects also which has been launched by the government in various part of the country. Okay, got it. So they also have been put a legal act, okay, that is Indian Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So according to that act, that no one is allowed to do any kind of hunting and all, isn't it? So next year awareness program are encouraged, such as Banamotsava. Okay, so in this program most of the people are being aware the importance of flora and fauna, okay, why we have to conserve our natural vegetation and our wildlife and all. Okay, next, your biosphere reserves has been set up to preserve biodiversity. So I have already shown in the map, isn't it? So there are various biosphere reserves which has been launched in the various part of the country. Okay, so their main motive is to conserve the biodiversity of the area. So this is all about this chapter, that's natural vegetation and wildlife. I hope you have understand it clearly. Please do the home assignment. Thank you.